All right, you guys, we are going to go ahead and get started. As always, thank you for just taking the time out on a Sunday evening. I have no doubt there are plenty of other things you guys can be doing right now. And as you'll see as we go through tonight, and I won't keep you guys, we'll stay right about 30 minutes, but you'll see why you guys showing up on these Sunday trainings is so incredibly important. So what I wanted to do tonight is, actually I had something else planned, but I had to kind of change it at the last minute. I'm going to do that next week. But what I really wanted to go over with you guys tonight is just hone in a little bit more on this flight edge philosophy, because it's just so amazing how I am able to see, and some of you guys are sharing with me how you guys are now able to see how these slight edge decisions and these slight edge steps that you guys are taking just consistently on a daily, a weekly, and a monthly basis, and how that is affecting your business. So I thought it would be a good idea tonight to just kind of really spend a little bit of time just really talking more so about the philosophy itself, and then we're going to kind of close it out with those steps that people are taking that is just showing consistent growth on a monthly basis. So it's so interesting because I actually did a video. If you guys go to my YouTube channel, I made that video. Tennille was about maybe 10 months old, and she's 2.5 now. So I made this video talking about failure. It's actually on the homepage of my YouTube channel. But I used this exact example that I'm going to read to you guys, and it was when she was learning how to walk. So let me go ahead and read this, and a lot of you guys have probably read it already, but let me go ahead and read this and then share that story. In the process of learning how to walk, you probably spent more time failing than you did succeeding. But did you ever have the thought of quitting? Did you ever tell yourself, I'm not cut out for walking, guess I'll crawl for the rest of my life? No, of course you didn't. So why do you do that now? What's different today with any goal you want and desire you have for accomplishing anything? When did you lose the ability to make a goal, go for it, and get it? How come you don't do what you did when you were 1 or 2 years old? And sorry for the little spacing thing. I actually cut and paste this from the Slight Edge. But it just, since this is still so fresh in my mind, having a little one that just learned how to walk, about 1.5 years ago, it really is so amazing to watch a child who has no preconceived notions, who has no thoughts of quitting, who has no real thoughts about failure whatsoever. And I made this video over 1.5 years ago talking about how, yes, she fell hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times learning how to walk. But at no point did she, like this said, think about quitting. And just like for me as a parent, and for you as a parent with kids that have had kids that age, you would never turn to that child and say, you know what, I really don't know if you're cut out for this walking thing. Like, maybe you should just stick to the crawling. It's not even a thought. We all know that that is just a natural part of the growth and maturing process. It's the same thing with communicating. It's the same thing with learning all of the different things that kids learn in their first 5 years. And so we really do need to ask ourselves what changed, what happened throughout the course of our lives that really changed that for us. And the answer is alarming, yet it's really, really, really simple. And sorry, this spacing stuff is driving me crazy. I did it at the last minute. Somewhere along the way in your life, you became unwilling to take the baby steps. You lost faith in the universal truth that the simple little disciplines done again and again over time would move the mightiest mountains. And it's just like we talked about last week when we had Ginger on the line, who Ginger, it took her such a long time to earn her BMW, but if she were constantly comparing herself to Cheryl or Renee or Ladiva or other people that got it in their first 30 to 60 days, then yes, she could have felt like a failure. She could have felt like it didn't quite pan out the way that it should have. But the whole purpose of her being on that call last week was to share with you guys that she kept going. She kept working on it. She kept taking those baby steps once it really clicked for her. And she shared the fact that it did not click for her initially. Initially she set very small goals for herself. She really didn't create a big vision for herself. It honestly wasn't even really about other people. It was about some money that she could make to pay for her child care and things like that. But once she really opened up and once she made it about the people and set some bigger goals for herself and developed a bigger belief in what was possible for her and her business, that's when things changed. And that's when she started taking these consistent steps over and over again that led to her earning her BMW by the 19th of this month. So think about this. This is one of the really big cornerstone stories of the whole Slight Edge philosophy, and it's about the penny. And some of you guys may have heard this story or maybe heard part of this story, but this is really, really amazing when you think about it. And just think about it. A penny a day doubled for a month, okay? So 1 penny becomes 2 pennies, becomes 4 pennies, becomes 8 pennies, okay? It's doubling every single month. So ask yourself this. If you were offered $1 million right now, or a penny a day doubled each day for 1 month, which would you choose? Now, unless you've read this illustration before, like most people, you'd probably be like, yeah, give me the $1 million right now, made payable to Alyse Williams. But you'd be making the wrong choice. Check this out, you guys. 1 penny doubled every day for a month. 1 penny, starting with 1 penny, adds up to $10,737,418.24. That's what we call compound interest, leverage, doubling, geometric growth, and it all adds up to your Slight Edge, okay? So, like today, I sat down with Pam, who is on our team, and Pam, same thing, she came on board, we set some goals for herself. She's been extremely busy. She's been working 2 jobs plus going to school, but something clicked for her recently. So we sat down with the person today that's going to make her a director, that's going to balance out this other leg that she has that's already growing, and that's going to start to generate the income that she needs in order for her to quit her part-time job that has her working literally 7 days a week. Okay? And I guarantee, I know Pam started reading this book a couple of weeks ago, and Pam works at a library, so she knows all about books. She's read a ton of books, but she has been sharing with me and Eric how this book is really, really transforming her life, and it's just real interesting, and I don't think it's any coincidence that since she's been reading this book, we now sat down with this person that's going to probably completely change the look and feel of her business. And it was just really, really exciting to be able to do that with her today and be a part of that with her today, because I have no doubt what that person today is going to be able to do for her business. So if you really, really think about it, and this all applies to your ViSalus business, I know, I talk to you guys a lot, and I'm sharing this with you and very specifically with you guys tonight because I know and I see and I get messages about how you guys get frustrated about how you want things to be happening faster, whether it's with your physical transformation or on the business and financial end with you guys. And so it's really, really important that you get this, okay? Because all we're doing every single day is we're doubling our penny. We're compounding our interest in our business, okay? So remember, with the slight edge, time is on your side. What if you gave yourself 5 years to become twice the person you are today, to earn twice the income, have twice the personal relationships and contacts, make twice the impact on the world, enjoy twice the quality of life? Could you do it? How would you do it? Ask yourself honestly, if I doubled my efforts, if I had twice as much time, if I became twice as smart, if I worked twice as hard as I do today, could I really become twice as productive as I am right now? No, you couldn't, and you know it. But wait, there is a way to become 2, 3, 4, and more times as productive as you are today. And again, it is the slight edge. So, I so see this because people's checks are growing. People's checks are compounding on a monthly basis. And I can tell you it's not because they're working 2, 3, 4 times as hard. It's because this slight edge has been kicking in for them. Okay, so check this out, and I've shared with you guys before, but this just kind of breaks it down a little bit more. Think about this. If you were to improve just 0.003% each day, that's only 0.3%, okay, a very slight edge. And you kept that up for the next 5 years. Here's what would happen to you. The first year, you would improve 100%. You would already be twice what you are today. The second, you would improve 200%. The third year, 400%. And the fourth year, 800%. And by the end of year 5, by simply improving 0.3% each day, you will have magnified your value, your skills, and the results you accomplished 1,600%. That's 22 times more than you are today. And if you guys were on the webinar last week and you heard me bawling, you can hear my story. And, every week I want to share people's stories, but you heard my story of how my life has dramatically changed from 1 year ago today. Okay? I mean, 1 year ago, from last year to this year, last Thanksgiving to this Thanksgiving, we were flat, busted, broke, like living in a house that I never imagined myself living in, but it was 4 walls and a roof over our head, and, just kind of figuring out, just what we really wanted to do. We had these passions, we had these skills, and, had kind of become, I don't know, just kind of turned around. Like, I remember having conversations with people during that time and Facebook friends and different friends that I had where I was sharing with them how I literally felt like someone had put a blindfold on me and spun me around 100 times and let me go. Like, I just didn't know where I was going, where I wanted to go, what I wanted to do. We had had just so many ups and downs, some successes, some failures, and I had just come to a point in my life where I was like, what in the world is next? I just didn't know. And so a lot of things happened, started making these slight edge decisions, just started making these very fraction of a fraction of a fraction, this 0.3% changes every single day. And here we are a year later, 5 months really into Focused by Alyse. It's incredible. I mean, absolutely incredible what can happen over a year's time. But, something to think about too is, sometimes people think, oh, well, 5 years is such a long time. Well, a lot of you guys had planned or are already into investing 30 or 40 years into a corporate lifestyle where there's no real security at the end of all that, and that's like half of your entire life. So to invest a year, 3 years, 5 years into ViSalus, into this business that we have that is proven to work for everyday people on a part-time basis, then, it's all perspective. 5 years for complete financial freedom that you can absolutely not have to think about having a job ever again in your entire life. Your spouse does not have to think about having a job ever again for their entire life. Your kids, you don't have to figure out how you're going to pay for college. You do not have to figure out, what kind of retirement 401k deal you're going to live on. You don't have to figure out, how the bills are going to be paid ever again. You don't have to figure out, what one vacation you want to take per year. You can travel as much as you want. You can take care of other family members as freely as you want to. I mean, for us to have the ability to basically double my in-laws' retirement, you know what that feels like? It feels incredible to completely take them from, living on a fixed income where, yeah, they live in a very nice house, they have nice cars in the driveway, but, every single month there was a little more months left at the end of the money. But to have the ability to say, you know what, if you want to go on vacation, go on vacation. And my mother-in-law loves to shop. She loves to furnish her home. She loves to decorate her home. So just to be able to have that opportunity to do different things for your family is so incredibly powerful. So I don't want to get to that quite yet. But, these weekly trainings are really meant for you guys to just reset, regroup, and really and truly just get back in the game of your belief level, of what is possible, of what can happen, of what is happening for people, and to continue to make that 0.3% change every single day, okay? So it really just comes down to these handful of things that we're doing, that people on your team are doing, that are working. And you may not see results of it today. You may not see results of it tomorrow, but I guarantee you will see results from it. I mean, I'll tell you, prospecting was not my favorite thing to do in the world. But, now that I have leaders that are leading teams and things like that, and I'm starting to focus on that again, it's really, really fun. Like a lot of you guys saw yesterday, Howard Bush, who is now on our team. Howard is someone that I connected with, I would say about 2 years ago when I was doing a lot of internet marketing, and I was actually working for one of the top internet marketers in the industry, and my job was to call people that had purchased his system and follow up with them. And you know me, Miss Renegade Girl, who never really does things quite the way they're supposed to be. My job was to just call these people up and basically try to upsell them. But I would get into conversations with people, and I knew the internet marketing game to the point where I knew that these people had purchased something and they were already overwhelmed. So to try to upsell them or something else, I didn't even try to do that. But I got into some great conversations with people and was able to relate with them and, make them feel better of the fact that, it is overwhelming. It is too much information. It is a lot to take on at one time. And if you try to do this and grow your network marketing business, both of them are going to fail. So Howard was one of those people that I had a conversation with 2 years ago, probably over 2 years ago. And, we've been Facebook friends, and I just kind of reached out to him, and it was great. I mean, chatting with him for a while, really understanding what he was looking to do, realizing the fact that he was still trying to get this online marketing thing going. And, I just asked him the question, do you really want to master this online marketing thing, or do you want to make money? And he wants to make money. So we started talking about how he can make money, and, here he is on our team today. So these little things add up. And, if I had tried to sponsor Howard into my business right then, first of all, he would have been in a different business. And second of all, you know, it wouldn't be what we have going on with this team. It would not even be close to the same opportunity that I would be able to offer him right now. So these are the core things that we're sticking to, that I know I'm telling new people that I bring onto the team, and, you know, other teams that I work with, that these are just kind of what I need you guys to be doing. This is what's working. This is what is proven to create results over and over again. So, you know, this is kind of what you guys want to be sharing with people as you bring new people onto the team. And first and foremost is 15 minutes of personal development every single day. Like I said, whether you're reading The Slight Edge, whether you're reading Think and Grow Rich, whether you're listening to one of the CDs that come in your Success from Home magazine, whether you're watching YouTube videos of Jeff Olson or Darren Hardy or Jim Rohn or, you know, whoever it is, do that for 15 minutes. And I suggest you do it before you even get out of bed, okay? So you can just really have that focused time. Or if you have a daily commute, that is the perfect time, okay? It's way better than listening to the news. As much as I love to jam in my car, it is way better than, you know, any CD, music CD that I could put in and listen to. So you definitely want to do it, and I really recommend that you start your day with it, because it's going to completely change the way your day goes. When things happen, you're just going to perceive things differently, okay? The next thing is 1 to 3 new prospects per day. And, you know, I know people say, and especially people now that have been in for, you know, 3, 4, 5 months, they're like, oh my God, I don't have my list anymore. I've exhausted my list. I've talked to all my friends and family. Well, I'm telling you, go to the Memory Jogger, memorydogger.vitalis.com. Go through your Facebook friends. Make new Facebook friends, okay? And if you're not sure how to do that, I really encourage you guys to watch Blake Mallin's training on the Facebook Factor. And if you have any questions about Facebook, I did spend about 2 years teaching people how to market on Facebook. I'm just not focusing on it right now because, you know, it's not my focus. So, but I do know a lot about it, and I could definitely help you with that. But you can absolutely find new prospects, okay? So the goal is to find 1 to 3 new prospects per day, and whether you're just starting a relationship with them, or whether you're following up with them, or whether you're sending them to the overview video, or whatever it is that daily activity of those new people every day, okay? Mail out sample packets each week. You know, set a goal for yourself, whether it's 5 sample packets a week, 10 sample packets a week. And I'm telling you, if any of you guys can afford to do it, take advantage of this free shipping. Invest the $250 on your sample packets and just get them out. Just make it a goal to get them out as quickly as possible and follow up with those people, okay? We had Renee on the call a couple of weeks ago talking about having 1 challenge party per week in her house and what that did for her. And she did it for 7 weeks, and she is now a national director, and obviously it worked. You know, she got that momentum going. She made that Slight Edge decision to commit to that every single week. She didn't know how many people were going to show up in her house, but it was definitely that go-to place every single Monday night where she was committed, and her team knew that every single week there was a challenge party at Renee's house, okay? And I see other people doing it also. Number 5, attend weekly team trainings. That's why these weekly trainings are extremely important. It's not just so you can sit and listen to me run my track. It's so you can get this mindset training. It's so you can get your head back in the game for the week. It's so you can make the commitment. You know, these are the little Slight Edge things. Showing up on a Sunday at 7:30 at night when you could be doing plenty of other things is that 0.003% that gets you the results. You may not see a result from last Sunday to this Sunday, but I guarantee the people that are showing up every single week are seeing results. They're seeing results in their mindset. They're seeing results in their confidence. They're seeing results in their business. They're seeing results in their belief level. Things are changing. They're seeing results, okay? Number 6, attend weekly open parties. Now, I know not everybody has these things going on. I know Cheryl's team is really spread out, so they don't quite have the opportunity to do this yet. But, you know, they are in the process of taking over Canada, so so these will be happening. But you guys know here locally, you know, we have Interstate, we have the Clayton Center, we have open parties that are there for you guys to show up and to bring people, okay? The goal, of course, is to bring new people every week, but the other goal is just to show up. Just be committed. You know, be there to support your team. Be there to see the presentation over and over and over again. Could I stand up there and say exactly what Ashley and Nick are saying? Absolutely. I have seen that video hundreds of times, but it's okay. You know, you're there. You're with the team. It's the camaraderie. It's the support. There are different people that can share their stories. It's very, very powerful, okay? So just show up. And then, of course, number 7, attend all corporate events, local events, regional events, national events. I know a lot of you guys, I know a bunch of the Canadians have already bought their tickets for the national event. I know a lot of local people have also. Awesome. I mean, that is how you do it. You make the commitment. And again, you know, it's what you learn, it's what you see, it's the belief level that it's going to build, it's the camaraderie that it's going to build, it's the team atmosphere that it's going to build, and it's just there. You get to see the people advance in ranks, you get to hear the stories, you get to relate to people, you get to be around the excitement. It's just huge. And, you know, I know a lot of you guys, I'm preaching to the choir about this, but these are the things that as you bring new people on board, if you really, really enforce this, not enforce, like that sounds like a boss, but if you really, really drive this home that this is what's working for people, and if you want this business to work for you, do what is already working. None of us need to reinvent the wheel. None of us need to go out there and, you know, blaze our own trail. We are simply doing the things that work, okay? So here we go. We are at 8 o'clock. I said right about 30 minutes. So as always, I just want to kind of open it up and see if any of you guys have any questions, any feedback, any results that you'd like to share, you know, things that you've been doing that are in line with what we've been talking about tonight. Anything that you guys would like to share or ask, go ahead and shoot it over right now in the little chat section of your control panel, and we will be good to go. I'm just kind of checking out who is here. Glad you guys can make it. And I tell you what, I'm just, because I know team leaders ask, was this person on, was this person on? So what I'll start to do is I'll just kind of do a roll call here, and I'll just name, I'll read off who's here. So listen up, you guys, so you guys know whether your teammates were here or not. And I am recording this. I will get the recording link out probably realistically tomorrow morning. But then, you know, you can make sure that they watched the video. And a way we can monitor that is it's a YouTube video where people can leave comments, and they can leave a comment and say, all right, you know, this is Barbara, and I was here, and I watched the video. We can knock it out that way, okay? And that way you'll be able to see the comments, and you can go back to that YouTube video and make sure that your teammates are attending these calls, okay? All right. Oh, okay, cool. All right, Marilyn's in the house. I see you. I see you, Tab. There we go. Thank you guys for letting me know. Awesome. Okay, so we have Charmaine, we have Dar, we have Ginger, we have Jaquita, we have Janet, we have Karen Sears, we have Ladiva, we have Miss Loretta, we have Lori, we have Marty Curry, we have Michelle Kemp, we have Renee Shepard, we have Rhonda Dean, we have Sharita, we have Stefan, whoop, whoop. We have Tab, we have Tammy, and we have Zoe Hansen. Cool. And Mindy. Yay, Mindy's here. What's up, girl? All right, good deal. So that is everybody that is here right now. So if you have team members that were not on this webinar, just, get up with them, say why weren't you there, and make sure they have the recording, and just let them know kind of the system that we're going to go ahead and implement is just leave a comment and let people know that you were there. Okay, Ladiva, can a GST be set for the same time every week? I know we have people joining every week. Yeah, because we're the bomb and, people are just joining every single day. Absolutely. I had done one 2 weeks ago. That was Saturday at noon. I'm game. I have no problem doing them on a weekly basis, and if we need to, we can do them twice a week. So while we're on the line right now, if you guys want to maybe shoot over some day and time suggestions that you think would work, then let me know. I know I've been doing a lot of them over the weekends, Saturdays and Sundays. So that typically seems to be a good time for people. And I know 12 o'clock is even for people on Pacific time, that's 9 a.m., so that's still a reasonable time. So we could do Saturdays at 12 or 1 o'clock, somewhere around there, if that works for everybody, and we can definitely go ahead and start that next Saturday. And then we have Wednesday nights, we have the online challenge party. Those are, Wednesday nights at 7:30. And if we need to do a GST during the week, then we can do that too. But for now, if Saturdays at, we'll say 12 o'clock, if that works for you guys, then we can go ahead and make that the set weekly getting started training. Yes, very good point. We need that. Okay, Ladiva says cool. All right, good deal. So yes, we will definitely start those. All right, any other questions before we sign off? Okay. Yeah, Janet, I record these webinars, and I have a YouTube channel. So what I do is typically the morning after the webinar or the training or whatever it is, I post the YouTube link in the team site, and then you guys just hit the link and you just watch the recording. Hopefully that answers your question. Okay. Who's next? Oh, Tammy is, okay. Yeah, Wednesday nights at 7:30 are online challenge parties. So every, I guess it would help if I put the link out at least a day. I guess I can put the link out on Mondays. Okay, so I'll put the link out on Mondays for the Wednesday's challenge party. But yes, those are online challenge parties on Wednesday nights at 7:30. All right? Are there specific times that you are available for 3 ways? Right now, it's all the time. I will be getting on more of a schedule, once our homeschooling really, really gets underway. But typically, between 1 and 4 o'clock during the day are great times to get me on the phone. Between 1 and 4 o'clock Eastern, that's a great time for me to do 3 ways. And then it's kind of tricky with challenge parties. Evenings, I'm typically available, but if I'm at a challenge party, it would have to be normally after 8:30. So, between 8:30 and 9:30 at the latest. I'm available in the evenings, but any that we can do between that 1 and 4 o'clock in the afternoon is perfect. And if we could stick to that, that'll work. But I am flexible. I'm doing whatever needs to be done right now to get people going. All right. Yeah, just hit me up. Just send me a text message if you can give me about a 30-minute heads up. we're going to be getting on a three-way, that would be great, because that allows me to, wrap up what I'm doing, or, if I'm doing a training or on a one-on-one or whatever it is, that kind of gives me enough of a heads up. So if you just text me and let me know, can we jump on a three-way in 30 minutes, that's the way to go. We can knock those out all day long. Oh, that's Tammy Cowden. I do not see Tammy Boyd. That is Tammy Cowden, Ginger. Good question. All right. All right. I don't see any other questions. I'll give it another minute or so. Those are great questions, you guys. And, well, let me go ahead and bring this up, because I have gotten some feedback from people that as they've been prospecting, that people are talking about the holidays and, they don't want to spend money because they're saving up for Christmas or whatever it is. And I get that. I really, really do. And of course, you don't want to be pushy with people, but you do want to be real with people. You want to become the type of person that people know that you will always be very honest with them. And I'm not saying bite their head off. I'm not saying, like give them a nasty look or anything like that, but just, become that person in their life that makes them aware of something that they probably were not aware of. And they typically are surrounded by people that think the same way they think, so people are not going to bring this up. But, it's very important that as you talk to people that you just really get them to understand a couple of things. One is that as they're spending all of this money on other people, that if they invested even a fraction of that on themselves, what that would do for them. And, you can just really kind of go there with them about the things that it would help them with. I know I had a couple conversations over the weekend with people that are joining the challenge that have over 100 pounds to lose. And when you can really get into people's hearts and get them to see, how that's going to change their life, the things that it's going to allow them to do, then they really become more open. But if you're just like, yeah, you need to buy this stuff, it's very, very different than having a real heart-to-heart conversation with people. Not to mention the fact, we all know we have all wasted money on Christmas over and over and over again on toys that the kids play with for, 2 weeks, on things that we buy the people in our family that they don't appreciate. We all do all of this overspending over the holidays, spending hundreds or thousands of dollars on gifts. And if you can just get people to see the fact that, you're just kind of an autopilot, you're just kind of automatically doing what you do year after year and spending money that you do year after year, that if you just took, a fraction of what you've probably already budgeted, or the credit cards that you've already cleared off to spend, and invested in either a challenge that's going to change your life physically, or a business that, first of all, you can make your investment back before the credit card bill even comes in, as opposed to, the gifts that you're going to spend and the money that you're going to spend that you're going to get absolutely no return on. If you really just get people to see that through a conversation, through a loving conversation, then you may be able to get them to open up. And again, get them on the phone with somebody else. I can't express to you enough how powerful that three-way call or that three-way, one-on-one is for people. It's extremely, extremely powerful. So just kind of a little bit, a little bit of feedback on that. I know I've been getting a lot of texts over the weekend with people running into that. So, all right, you guys, no more questions. We are good to go. Thank you again for tuning in. I will post the recording in the morning. Let's rock and roll this week, okay? We have until Wednesday to close this month out. Let's get it closed as big as possible, get as many more people to director as possible. I know we have a couple people, trying to hit ranks. We have Cheryl running for ND, which I'm so excited about. So you guys rally around Cheryl. She has an opportunity to hit ND this month. We have some other people that have an opportunity to get into their Beamer this month. So whatever we can make happen, any personal orders you guys can make to help your team, anything that you guys can do to just come together as a team would be extremely helpful for your teammates. So love you guys, appreciate you guys. I gave so much thanks for you guys on Thanksgiving, as I do every single day, and let's just really do this thing. So have a great night, and I will be talking to you soon.